Private carryover gives River Murray irrigators more flexibility on how they manage their water and lets them better prepare for what's shaping up as a dry year across the basin. It allows eligible water users to carry over unused water from one year to the following year, up to a maximum limit of 20% of your total water allocation. So how do you know if you're eligible? It's simple. First, you need to hold a water access entitlement with either Class 3A, 3B, Class 4 or Class 7 shares. Second, you need to have an unused volume left on your water account on the 30th of June 2016. And third, you need to make sure you submit your water meter reading to Juna by the 31st of July. If you don't have a water meter, you still may be eligible for carryover, but you must contact us by the 31st of July. We need to take a few things into account before we can tell you exactly how much water you'll be able to carry over. We need to consider the volume of unused water in your account at the end of the water year and how much water we've been able to store during the year. What you can be sure of is that the maximum volume of carryover you could receive is 20% of your water access entitlement volume, adjusted for evaporation losses. So, what does this all mean in reality? Let's look at a couple of examples. Irrigators A, B, C and D all had an allocation of 100 megalitres. They all hold the right class of entitlement, and they all submitted their meter readings on time. Irrigator A used all of his 100 megalitres, so he's not eligible for any carryover. Irrigator B used 60 megalitres. The maximum amount she can carry over is 20% of her 100 megalitres, so even though she had 40 megalitres of underuse, she can only carry over 20 megalitres. Irrigator C used 80 megalitres, so had 20 megalitres of underuse. This is equal to the 20% of his entitlement, which means he's eligible to carry over the full 20 megalitres he had left. Irrigator D used 95 megalitres, which means she had 5 megalitres of underuse. This is only 5% of her entitlement, well under the maximum of 20%, so she's eligible to carry over the full 5 megalitres. Once we know how much carryover people are eligible for, we need to compare this amount to how much water we have in storage. For example, if the volume of water in storage is 60 gigalitres and the eligible amount of carryover for all entitlement holders is only 55 gigalitres, there will be enough water to give everyone their maximum carryover. If there isn't enough water in storage to cover everyone's carryover entitlements, we'll share the water that we do have proportionally between all the entitlement holders. To apply this to our irrigators, 60 gigalitres in storage shared between 80 gigalitres of eligible entitlement holders means everyone would get 75% of their entitlement. So, Irrigator B will get 15 megalitres, Irrigator C will also get 15 megalitres, and Irrigator D will get 3.75 megalitres. Once calculated, 5% of your carryover volume is deducted to cover water that evaporates when it's in storage. Carryover will be credited to your water account and must be used in the water year that it's allocated. Only a healthy River Murray can sustain the livelihood of those who depend on it, now and for future generations. The forecast of dry conditions in the basin reminds us once again of the need to deliver the basin plan on time and in full. The basin plan will help us to secure reliable and good quality water supplies, providing greater certainty for all water users. If you need any further information about private carryover, please contact the Department of Environment, Water and Natural Resources.